morning. Excuse me now, I'm full of a head cold, so I'm going to sound a little bit dosed up and a couple of things I'm going to say. But right, I've been working with this guy for the last 18 months regarding the problem with England Athletics. Alright, so I'm going to be as quick, as precise and as clear as I can, and this is why being registered and affiliated to a federation such as England Athletics or UK Athletics is not good for your health. Right? The very thing that they try to say they want to prevent in terms of bullying and harassment and stuff like that are the very things that they actually put on people themselves. Anyway, this guy got a letter the other day, 3 days ago, to say he was completely exonerated. Now, as I've been advising him for the last 18 months, I told him to resign, right? And this is where it gets absolutely fucking bizarre in terms of what they can try and do to you. So, if you're a business in any way, shape or form, I'm going to explain to you why you can't explain stuff and say stuff at an athletic club from here on in. Because I did say it was bad, and it is bad. Right, anyway, the letter he got the other day was signed, ironically enough, the day of my birthday, the 21st of July 2025. And what it was, there was a disagreement with somebody about a service that he was providing, and that person wasn't turning up. 5 or 6 times didn't turn up. So the guy was frustrated and said, you need to find somebody else. That person then took that and said there was threats made against him, and went into the club and tried to get the person banned, right? I told him to resign, which they did. They then tried to find out what was said about them, how it progressed and so on. And he was basically, police called. From what we can understand, and we have to verify 100%, is that the GDPR was broken and given to the person to go back in and make an allegation to the club. The long and the short of it is that basically he done no wrong. The welfare and safeguarding team were hopping up and down because there's an outside team that assess these cases, right? Now, I have to give 10 out of 10 to the people that are involved in that, who we don't know, because they were objectionable and said this is nothing to do with athletics, it's nothing to do with the club, basically there's nothing to see here. But on the 25th of August, a month and 4 days later, after the letter which exonerates him, which he didn't receive until 3 days ago, basically they were trying to get him done on jurisdiction and bring it into their jurisdiction. But on the 25th of August, that was changed under terms and conditions for welfare and safeguarding by UK Athletics and Mr. Salisbury, bringing anything that's involved in the club to be in their jurisdiction to have you banned and barred, right? So anything that you are a business, so from now on, if you're a plasterer, you're a painter, you're a block layer, you do yoga, you do any service, you don't talk about them at an athletic club. Because if you have a disagreement with the provider or the person that's receiving the service, and it happens on athletics or club grounds, you're done. So they will do everything to hound you and go after you. This guy lost businesses because he did landscaping and he did fucking yoga and Pilates and all that sort of stuff, and basically word of mouth got around that he was bad. He couldn't train at the club. His son had to go at different times to the club. This guy went through absolute hell and was exonerated on the 21st of July and didn't receive the letter until today. Now that is down to due diligence by the likes of the CEO, Chris Jones, and the welfare and safeguarding team to make sure he receives the information that he was actually exonerated. But as I said, they were going absolute nuts that he wasn't getting done because they felt it was coming into their jurisdiction. Anything that happened in the club was in their jurisdiction. And what did they do? What did they do? They then went away a month later and changed the terms and conditions that anything that happens on club grounds, whether it's nothing to do with athletics. So if you go to the club, you talk about athletics. You don't talk about anything else. And you need to spread this far and wide, because I swear to you, this is now where people are going to fall into the trap. There must be hundreds of people after getting caught up in this scenario where I can't understand that this is nothing to do with athletics, but they've moved the goalposts to bring you under their jurisdiction to have you banned and barred. Guys and girls, very, 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 very two-tier, very dangerous. And I've seen the documentation, I've seen the stuff. The guy's clear, and he got done. You couldn't make this shit up, guys. I'm telling you, you need to now, going forward, make sure that you don't say anything on other than athletics in the business. All the best. Good day and God bless.